Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
In today's daily halacha lesson, we will discuss the laws and customs and details of the issur of bathing and showering during the period of the 9 days. We will first discuss the source of this custom. The source of this custom is first recorded in the Avi Ha'ezri, as is brought down in the Torah in his name. Ideally, from the letter of the law, there is no Talmudic prohibition or rabbinical prohibition in bathing or showering during the 9 days, as the 9-day period does not carry the status of an actual oval. And only on Tisha B'Av itself is bathing forbidden, as is brought down in the Bir Hagra. However, as is brought down in the Avi Ha'ezri, the custom became to avoid taking showers and avoid bathing during the period of the 9 days. The Mechaber, when he records this in the Shulchanaruch, he brings actually two customs regarding this. The first being that of the Torah and the Avi Ha'ezri, to avoid it the entire period of the 9 days, and the second being to avoid doing so only from the week of Tisha B'Av, which in this year would mean starting from this Motzei Shabbos. The reason behind this custom is once again diminishing of joy for a person to feel a little bit of the pain of the exile and destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. The Ramah in the Shulchan Aruch writes, he rules that we follow the first opinion in the Mechaber, that we avoid showering and bathing throughout the entire 9 days and not just from the week of. The Ramah then adds from the Trumas Hadeshen that this prohibition includes even bathing and showering in cold water, meaning that one may not bathe and shower his entire body in cold water. The Ramah then adds that, however, it is permitted for a person to bathe and shower his hands, feet, and face in cold water in honor of Shabbos. This would imply that it is only permitted to do so on Erev Shabbos. But in truth, the Achreinim, the later place, can bring down that it is permitted to do so on any day of the 9 days, that one may wash his hands, face, and feet with cold water. This is brought down in the Mishnah Brura, Sifkat Tzadik Daled, the Kaf HaChaim, and the Kids Shulchan Aruch. In fact, there is actually a special obligation to wash your hands, feet, and face daily in honor of Hashem, as is brought down by the Alter Rebbe in Siman Dalet Sif Aleph. Based on this, it is clearly understood that it is forbidden to swim in a swimming pool, in a pool, in a lake throughout the 9 days, as doing so is for pleasure purposes, and is certainly included within this prohibition due to the custom. Regarding swimming prior to the 9 days, different customs exist. Some avoid swimming it completely during the 3 weeks simply because of danger, as during the 3 weeks one should avoid doing things that are dangerous. However, the widespread custom is, especially in camps, to allow swimming up until the 9 days, in which the prohibition based on custom takes into place. This subject of not showering and not bathing for an entire period of 9 days, and only the hands, feet, and face may be washed, as we explain, in cold water, faces a great difficulty with being actually complied by in today's heat, in today's summer heat, where people sweat and people feel disgusting and repulsive and dirty. How can we be refrained from taking a shower? So this question is dealt with in contemporary Poskim, and the consensus of the Poskim are that it is a person that feels dirty due to sweat, etc., is allowed to take a shower during these days for the purpose of removing the sweat. In fact, he may even use warm, and if necessary, even hot water for this purpose, and he may use shampoo and soap for this purpose to remove any dirt. Obviously, it remains forbidden to lounge in the shower or in the bath for purposes of pleasure, and one may only remain there for the purposes of removing the dirt. To quote some of these poskim, the Aruch HaShulchan in Siman Tavkuf Nun Aleph Sif Lamed Zayin writes, certainly, one who does not feel clean on his body, it is permitted for him to wash even in hot water in order for him to feel clean. The Igros Moshe in Cheluk Dalet, in Tshuva Pei Dalet, writes as follows: Legabe she'ilas b'nei hayeshidim b'yom chayim mutar luchis acharei chodesh Av ad erev Tisha B'Av ma'ach shemechunim lahatir hazeya v'loi mach mataynu be'emes yesh lahakol. Regarding the question of the Talmudic students, that on very hot days they want to take a shower during the 9 days in order to remove the sweat, since this is not due to pleasure, certainly one may be lenient, says the Igros Moshe. The Shevet HaLevi, Rav Vosner, likewise writes in Chelik Zayin, Siman Ayin Zayin, that in very hot days here in Israel it is permitted to wash the body in cold water and to do limb by limb, and this matter is handed over to the God-fearing Jews to act according to the way they understand. In other words, while the Aruch HaShulchan went as far as saying even hot water is permitted, the Shevet HaLevi limited it to cold water. Practically, in today's heat, it is extremely difficult for many of us to remain unshowered, and it's very difficult to shower only in cold water. But as the Shevet HaLevi concludes, Hadavar Masul Alev Yireh Hashem, and every person should not add Chas v'Shalom any more than necessary to taking a shower in hot, warm, or cold water in order to remove dirt. Regarding going to the mikveh, so the Magen Avram brings down, this is in Magen Avram Mem Aleph, the person that goes to mikveh every Erev Shabbos may continue his custom even during the 9 days. The latter contemporary poskim extend this ruling, the Magen Avram, as well to the custom of Chassidim and Anshe Maaseh, who immerse every single day in the mikveh. And hence those that immerse daily in the mikveh may continue doing so and continue doing so throughout the 9 days. This is brought down also in the Aruch HaShulchan, the Kaf HaChaim, the Eshel Avram, the Shevet HaLevi, and the Tzitz Eliezer. When a person immerses in the mikveh, he is to preferably immerse in a cold mikveh if he is able to handle it. If he is unable to, then he can be lenient to immerse in a warm or hot mikveh. However, in such a case, he may not remain in the water, and he may simply immerse and leave. Regarding one who does not immerse in the mikveh daily, then it is forbidden for him to decide to immerse in the mikveh during the 9 days, simply for the purpose of a mitzvah. And the same applies to Erev Shabbos, as the Magen Avram rules, that someone who doesn't consistently visit the mikveh on Erev Shabbos, then even if it's cold, he is not allowed to go. Regarding taking a bath and shower for Kavod Shabbos on Erev Shabbos Pashas Chazayin, which is this coming Shabbos, so regarding this, there is no extra leniency in terms of taking a bath and shower with hot water. All the same laws apply. It is forbidden to lounge in hot water, to take a bath in hot water, to even shower in hot water for purposes of pleasure or even for purposes of Kavod Shabbos. If a person feels dirty and sweaty, then that goes back to the original allowance we spoke of earlier that applies throughout the 9 days and not specifically to Erev Shabbos Chazayin. However, one leniency that the Ramah brings down is that he says that it is, according to some opinions, it is permitted for a person to wash his hands, feet, and face in hot water on this Erev Shabbos. He brings down regarding washing the head, and the Chaya Adam and Mishnah Berurah add that this applies also to the hands and feet. But other than that, there is no heter in terms of this to simply take a hot shower on Erev Shabbos. Regarding bathing children, various different opinions are brought down regarding this. And basically, if a child is dirty, it is certainly permitted to give him a shower. Preferably warm water should be used as opposed to hot water. Some poskim say that children under 3 years old may be given showers and baths without restriction. The Kanabaysim, Rav Bransdorfer writes, however, that even such children have the morning customs applied to them based on the adult, meaning the adult is not allowed to shower and bathe them for no reason, and therefore they can only do so if they are dirty. Regarding a woman that is in midst of labor, it is permitted for her to take a hot shower during her time of labor, as this is obviously being done for healing purposes for refuah and not for purposes of pleasure. The same applies for a woman who is pregnant in her 9th month, near giving birth. Sharitzin, the Mishnah Sharitzin, Tzadik Dalit also brings down that she may take a hot shower during this time. If she desires to take a hot shower prior to the ninth month, she should contact her doctor, and if she receives medical directive to do so, then she may do so. A woman after birth may take a hot bath or shower up to 7 days after birth. Past 7 days, it is only allowed if it is a directive of a doctor. One is to avoid using saunas or steam rooms during the 9 days, according to certain opinions, as this would be included within the issur of pleasure and showering, etc. Thank you for joining us in Shulchanaruchharav.com's Daily Halacha.